All right, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at lesson 5 of chapter 1, subtracting integers. Yesterday we learned how to add integers, so today we're going to subtract integers. And the first key concept on page 46 in your book, if you care to follow along, is to subtract an integer, and all we're going to do is add its opposite or its additive inverse. For example, if we have 4 minus 7, that's the same as taking 4 plus a negative 7. See how adding the opposite is the same as subtraction. That goes both ways. Okay? So here we go. Subtract a positive integer. Find 9 minus 12. Well, 9 minus 12 is the same as 9 plus a negative 12. Okay? If you wanted to use your little t-chart that I showed you yesterday, the way that we would do that, you would set up your t, okay, like so. You'd have the plus on one side and the minus on the other side. The 9 would go on the plus side, the 12 on the minus. Since 9 is smaller, you'd bring that over under the 9, and we're going to subtract. 12 minus 9 is 3, and since I'm on the negative column, my answer is going to be negative 3. Well, let's just check and make sure that we got that answer. 9 plus a negative 12 is a negative 3. Okay? Subtracting a positive integer. Minus 6 minus 8. Well, let's see what happens when we get minus 6 minus 8. Let me show you how to do that again using our t-chart. Again, and I always put the plus on the left. I just try to be consistent, but it doesn't really matter. This time we have both numbers have a minus sign in front of them, right? A minus 6 and a minus 8. Well, the rule this time is if they're on the same side, you just add the numbers together, and whatever side you end up on, in this case we're on the negative side, so my answer is negative 14. Well, again, let's double check and see if that's what we get. Negative 6 plus a negative 8, which is a negative 14. Okay? So here we go. Let's do some examples. Subtracting a negative integer. Find 7 minus a minus 15. Well, whenever we have minus a minus, those two together make a positive. Okay, that's 7 plus 15, which is equal to 22. So here we have 6 minus a minus 7. Well, that's really 6 plus 7, so that should give us 13, right? Negative 5 plus 19. This time let's go ahead and use our t-chart and see what we get. In this one we're going to have a negative 5, so that's going to go on this side, but this minus a minus will become a plus right here for 19. So I'm going to put the 19 over here. Now the 5 is smaller, so we're going to bring it over here, right? And then we subtract when we move it. So 19 minus 5 is 14, and we ended up on the positive side, so our answer is a plus 14. Well, let's see how we did. This is letter E, and we got a plus 14. Okay, we got that one right. And lastly, we have a negative 14 plus positive 2, a minus 2, which is a plus 2. So again, this one, if we use our chart, let's pick a different color this time just for fun. We'll use green. On the positive side, we are going to have a 2, and on the negative side we're going to have 14. Remember, this is going to give us a plus right here. So always moving the smaller number under the bigger number, and then always subtracting. So 14 minus 2 is 12, and we're on the minus side right here, minus column, so our answer should be a negative 12. And if we pull letter F, let's see what we get. Indeed, we have negative 12. Okay? Let's move on. Those are pretty simple. That t-chart really doesn't allow room for many errors, so I like that about it. 14 minus b. They're telling us a is 9, b is negative 8, c is negative 2. So in this case, we're only dealing with b, and that's negative 8. So that gives us 14 minus a negative 8, which we know is 14 plus 8, and that gives us 22. Okay? Next example says c minus a squared. Okay, and again, what is a and what is c? C is -2, a is 9. So this time we're going to replace c with -2 and a with +9. Our order of operation says we do exponents first, so we're going to have -2 minus 81. Both of these are negative, okay, so they're going to be on the same side of our t-chart, so we add them together and we get -83. So your assignment today, complete your notables for lesson 5, and we will see you tomorrow. Or maybe next time if it's a weekend.